Let me give today my moral State of the Union address. This country's in the worst condition it has been in since its existence. It's in worse condition than even the days of the Civil War. For at least in those days, men had a passion about what they believed in, some on the wrong side and some on the right. But today, we find a nation wallowing in the mar, in the muck, in the gutter instead of the glory. We're not that shining city on a hill as we should be, but we've become literally a decrepit nation, impotent of its own ability to maintain its justice and laws and mercy. And we become a country obsessed with our own filth. We no longer can see the light of day. This is a country in trouble. First of all, America's been at war for 11 years. Yes, radical jihad has been a major threat to our country's security, and for 11 years we have fought and pushed back and taken out some of the top leaders of Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, and others, including the death of Osama bin Laden, and for that many of us are grateful. But at the end of the day, 11 years of war and approximately 10,000 dead soldiers' blood spilled in the sands of places like Iraq and Afghanistan, we have protected those areas to try to bring peace, while our own nation suffers with sleeper cells rampant throughout the country, still plotting to destroy the very society of freedom that we have. And they don't all wear a turban. Many of them are fat cat politicians on both sides of the aisle who have sold our soul to the enemies a long time ago. We're in trouble, America, and the moral State of the Union is in need of a revival of hope, a revival of statesmen, men, women who would actually go to the Capitol and stand for the rights and for the hope of the people, actually represent us instead of fat cat lobbyists. Even one of the 4 remaining Republican candidates running for president is probably one of the biggest fat cat lobbyists that the country's ever seen, and yet he wants to represent America, the people, when he never has. And folks, he never will. Oh, he's not the only one. There's issues all across the board on both sides of the aisle. The current president said that he had hope and change we could believe in. Well, we got the change. Very little of it. This is a nation that is absolutely at the highest unemployment levels in its history since the Great Depression. The foreclosure the last 2 years has been record amounts. And guess what? This year it's projected it'll be more home foreclosures than the last 2 years combined. The average wage has slipped $2.50 on the hour, and the number of people looking for work is by the 13 to 14 million that used to have jobs who don't now. Yes, the unemployment rate did go down from 8.6 to 8.5, but that's only because the only people counted are those who have lost their jobs, not the 99ers who've drawn all of their unemployment and still don't have work, or all the people who have just graduated college the last 2 years who still can't find jobs. America is in trouble economically. And forget the value of the dollar, for the dollar is dead, folks, and has been and getting worse. And our debt limits are over $14 trillion in debt as a nation. We're no longer the lender. We've become a slave. We're the borrower. And we are leveraged to our eyeballs in debt without a plan to bring us out. The moral state of America is decaying for several reasons, and that's just one of them. Yes, and talking about sleeper cells, we've allowed our weak ability to manage our immigration policies has caused this nation to swell with those who hate the red, white, and blue. There's more factions and more haters of America within our walls of this nation than we've ever had before. And we still don't have a border fence south of the nation between America and Mexico. We still don't have, and with all the unemployed people, you would think somebody would pass a bill in Washington, a stimulus bill even, putting men back to work with bulldozers and backhoes and bricklayers, building a fence across the entire border. This alone would help stimulate the economy and solve a border problem, and the war on drugs would actually have a chance. Instead, we're spilling our blood in the sands of the Middle East, while the Middle East is becoming bigger and badder and meaner as a beast itself. And the constant threat of war from Ahmadinejad and his desire to acquire nuclear weapons. And we don't even know, really, do we even know what our policy is with our allies Israel? From one day to the next, is it the 67 border? Or is it something else? Are we with them or against them? Are we having an exercise military plan with them or are we not? Have we invited Netanyahu to the White House or did we not? Confusion and moral degradation of a nation that's falling on its face because it has, without a vision, the people will perish. Now, I'm not Democrat or Republican. I'm not a libertarian. I'm not even as green as Al Gore. I could care less if you have a light bulb on or off. What I'm more concerned about is why we as a country have more lawsuits and hate one another. We're more ready. No longer does a contract mean anything. No longer does a handshake mean anything. But we've become a nation of broken down moral standards and nobody can trust nobody. And gang violence is an all-time high. We've become the murderous nation of the world and we become drug addicts. We got to quit crying about the war on drugs. We lost that a long time ago. Where is America's soul? Where has it gone? Have we lost our way? Will we ever get it back? And why did the president cancel the National Day of Prayer? If there was ever a time America should pray, it's now. I feel sorry. Our Sunday school classrooms are empty, but our prisons are overcrowded. We're a nation confused on even the sanctity of marriage. 8 states and the District of Columbia now have approved same-sex marriage, gay marriage, if you will. How much confusion can there be? How far have we fallen? We don't know right from wrong anymore. We're calling good evil and evil good. We've become a nation upside down, a political landscape that's sliding like a mudslide, and we have no one with a plan. There's so much gridlock in Washington. No wonder nobody can get anything done. It's at both parties. And Hollywood has become a house for nothing but whores. It's become a place where they're no longer actors, but they've all become activists. And they stand, and all they want to do is continue to push this liberal agenda that means nothing, a mishmash mess that's being pushed upon the people, dumbing us down on the television and the silver screen. All the actors are sleazy, sloppy activists, and we don't get any. No wonder people have quit watching television and are coming to YouTube. The reason the YouTube views are skyrocketing and continue is there's nothing on television worth watching. Can you say amen? And this Occupy Wall Street was the biggest joke yet. I'm not against people having the right to assemble, of course. That's freedom. But they don't have a leader or a message. It's become nothing but a pack of lefties, groups running around without any type of organization or spokesperson or plan. If you want to occupy something, occupy an altar or a pew in a church near you. The moral state of America is in trouble. We have more pollution than we know what to do. We're choking. We got birds falling out of the sky, fish washing up on the banks by the millions, cattle pitching over dead. I even went to the Pacific West up in Seattle, ate at a restaurant. Thank God I just had a salad, because when I walked out there was a sign that said don't eat anything from the water. This was there by the state of Washington, for it is the shellfish is toxin. Folks, we need to pray. America and abortion? Do you even want me to go down that path? This is the moral state of America.